to have His Grace Rukmini Krishna Prabhu with us and taking out his time. So I will request our senior God brother, His Grace Srinaran Prabhu, to introduce Prabhuji to the audience. Srinaran Prabhu, can you please take this opportunity to introduce Prabhuji to the audience? Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. We are very happy. We are very happy to have you for this class. So, dear devotees, Hare Krishna. So this GKG, our Guru Maharaj Shravan Utsav, we just started in a small scale, but considering all the Vaishnavas' request and also Guru Maharaj mercy, now from yesterday it is getting spread across all the countries and all the cities, and by mercy of Prabhuji's like His Grace Rukmini Krishna's Prabhu, now it is being telecasted worldwide. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for obliging us to have this session. Prabhuji needs no specific introduction, but we all know he has been with associated with ISKCON for more than 20-25 years now. And more specifically, I just wanted to say, like, from the ISKCON Punjabi Bagh temple perspective, we all know he's one of the main pillars, where he just started with a normal small level, and then now we have more than 1,000 families across Delhi NCR belt under his leadership and guidance. And also we all know how many, like, the brahmacharis and the grahasthas whom he has cultivated. So Prabhu comes from a very strong technical background in terms of from BITS Pilani, and he was associated with Bharat Petroleum also for some time. So now in the past 20-25 years, he has been doing this congregational preaching and also the temple one in a very, very great way, like assisting our Guru Maharaj. So we are very fortunate to be here. And more specifically, Guru Maharaj more passionate one is on the book distribution. So every year, we all know during the marathon time, under guidance of Prabhuji, we all know at least a minimum of 2 to 3 lakhs of books are being distributed. Is all because of Rukmini Krishna Prabhu. So all glories to Prabhu's service, and we are also fortunate to be here. Prabhuji is also under the Sannyasa list, so we all be very happy to hear from him about our Guru Maharaj and also take it as this day. Thank you, Prabhuji. You can please start. Thank you.
Thank you, Srinaran Prabhu, and I like to heartily thank all the devotees, and it's a very I want to congratulate also. It's a wonderful opportunity to glorify a Mahabhagavad for my own purification and to association with all of you. In a way, this is a gift of COVID-19 that we all are together, at least on the Zoom. We can see each other, and thank you so much for organizing this Sangha. And let's first offer the Mangalacharana prayers. Om Angyanatamirantasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantika Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamanam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyashcha Kripa Sindhu Bhayavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namina Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesh Shunyamadi Paschatya Deshatavine Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswami Tilavane Prabhupada Se Sahityamya Prakash Vitira Chakracharan Kitman Sadhu Bhagavad Padaya Namaha Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity to glorify His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj or Guru Maharaj. So thank you so much. And I'd just like to know how many of you are from the Chennai, like Srinath, someone can inform me.
We have around 15 to 20 of us.
Okay, very nice initiative, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And we all know the importance of glorifying the spiritual master. And in Sri Sampradaya, Ramanujacharya Sampradaya, it's a regulative principle to daily glorify the spiritual master. It's not done occasionally, because uh, faith in the spiritual master is the foundation of our spiritual life. You know. And spiritual master, we all know, is a transparent medium, and is embodiment of Krishna's mercy. When Krishna decides to deliver a conditioned soul, he comes in the form of spiritual master. You know, so we all know the glories of a bona fide guru, spiritual master, from the scriptures. But when we deal with them in on the practical level, it's very much essential to repeatedly hear his glories, glorify him, because in this material world we have this material mind with us, and mind has a tendency, mind has unlimited capacity to convert anything spiritual into mundane. You know, mind has our mind really cheats us. So it's very much required that we continuously keep on glorifying the pure devotees, especially our Guru Maharaj. And and we all are extremely fortunate to be under his shelter. You know, we have got the human form of life, that too a birth in India, and that too we are in the moment of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada and His Holiness Gopal Krishna Swami Maharaj. And you know, the more we hear the glories of our spiritual master, easier it becomes for us to practice spiritual life. You know, and because the guru is a door to Krishna. You know, he takes us to Krishna, and our love for guru, the relationship of a disciple with guru is not on a kind of a, it's a kind, not a kind of a formality, it's not a kind of a ritual. Sometimes we think, okay, diksha is just kind of a ritual. No, it's not a ritual. It's a heart to heart relationship. It's a heart to heart relationship. And sometimes we under this misconception, okay, in ISKCON, a guru has many disciples, so many disciples. The guru may not be knowing even the name of the disciple. Guru may not be even knowing the name, whether he or she is my disciple or not. No, it doesn't bother. The relationship between guru and disciple is beyond space and time. It is spiritual relationship. You know, and guru is a representative of the super soul. So we, as a disciple, this is our duty to give our heart to Guru. It doesn't matter how much we have his Bapu Sang, how much we are around him, you know, physically serving his body. That is also there. Whenever we get the opportunity, we should never lose this opportunity. We should always look for this, pray for this. But more important than is his Vani. Okay. So we should always be focused on his Vani. We should hear his glories, and that will give us a stability in our Krishna consciousness. Because practicing Krishna consciousness in this material world is full of challenges. You all must be experiencing this. You know, if you're experiencing this, you can type Hari Bol in the chat box. You know, it's a day-to-day challenge. You know, yeah, Arushi and Kunchandra. Okay, yeah, it's a challenge. Yeah. We all are facing it. So, what will help us is our relationship with Guru. You know. And we see Srila Prabhupada, when he went to West, so many challenges. When he was in India, you know, struggling alone in wilderness, so much challenges, so many difficulties. And what was keeping him alive? What was keeping him enthusiastic? His attachment to his Guru. That's it. You know. Only if we are attached with Guru, or will be enthusiastic in spiritual life. If we are having very kind of a weak relationship, heart to heart, we don't have any heart to heart relationship with the spiritual master, it will be very, very difficult to perform spiritual life with enthusiasm. You know. So whenever challenges comes, so our enthusiasm is tested, and that time our faith in our spiritual master will be tested. Okay. Because when Srila Prabhupada departed, so much upheavals in the ISKCON, ups and downs. But those who have firm faith in this Srila Prabhupada, they stuck together. And because of their perseverance, we all are here. And similarly, unfortunately, you know, His Holiness Bhakti Chandra Maharaj departed, you know, and it's very, you know, some in near future, more of Srila Prabhupada disciples will also depart. Then it will be upon us, you know, how much really we love our spiritual master. Then it will be tested. Again, so much of turbulence will be there. And then we have to always sticking together, holding each other's hand, and struggling together to overcome all the difficulties. So, what will help us to, if we know the glories of our Guru, if we really know he's so close to Radha and Krishna, he's so dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We say Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale. Krishna Prishthaya means he's very, very dear. He's an intimate associate of Krishna. So let us start. And it is said in third canto, Lord Kapila says to Devati, Mata Devati says, I am fed up in this material world. I want to get liberated. What should I do? And then Lord Kapila says, Prasanga Majanam Pasham Atmana Kavya Vido Sai Sadhu Shukrutu Moksha Dwaram Apavritam. In this material world, the attachments are so strong that we always remain entangled in this material world. But the same attachment is given to diverted to the self-realized soul. It opens a door for liberation. Then she said, how to recognize the self-realized soul. And then the 21st verse of 25th chapter of third canto, Titikshva Karunika, Suhida Sarvadevna, Ajat Shatra Shanto, Sadhva Sadhu Bhushana. These are symptoms, properties, characteristics of a Mahabhagavad. And our Guru Maharaj, repeatedly, many times, he has given lectures on this verse. This is one of his favorite verses. So I'll try to, he is a mine of qualities. So I thought from where to start with. So this is his one of the favorite verses. So I thought, let's pick up from this and let's see all these qualities given in this verse, how we can glorify Guru Maharaj based on this. So Titikshva means tolerance. So once, His Holiness Keshav Bharati Maharaj came on the Vyas Puja of Guru Maharaj in Siri Fort Auditorium many years back. And he says, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj has the tolerance like the thickness of the universal layers. All this universe has many layers, layer of earth, then 10 times the layer of water, then 10 times the layer of air, then this. So he has this tolerance as thick as layers of the universe. Really, Maharaj is so tolerant. You all must be knowing when Maharaj was in Grahastha Ashram, he was slapped by a sannyasi. Imagine, he is from such an aristocratic family, highly read, and he left his job in Pepsi Cola, high placed job, and he is serving. And then a sannyasi comes and slaps him. How will we feel if someone treats us like this? How will we feel? And but Maharaj never even complained to anyone. Maharaj just tolerated it. And later on, when the Prabhupada came to know of this, Prabhupada was very pleased. And Prabhupada wrote a letter to Guru Maharaj. That was one thing. And, once he was with his, our senior godfather, his Krishna Priya Prabhu. He was with Guru Maharaj in Juhu, Bombay. And, Maharaj, he was going to, with Guru Maharaj somewhere. They were about to board the car. Right on the entrance gate of Juhu temple, one more Prabhupada disciple came. And, he started just shouting on Maharaj. Maharaj, what is this? There's no system. This. Start criticizing him like anything, openly and loudly. And Maharaj was just listening. Okay, Maharaj was listening. And this Krishna Priya Prabhu was feeling very bad. And when they sat in the car, and Krishna Priya Prabhu just inquired from Maharaj, Maharaj, this is not proper, the way he behaved with you. Maharaj said, no, he didn't mean like that, but he had some valid points. This is how Maharaj tolerates. And what I could observe from Maharaj, because he has so much of a positive attitude, he looks upon it, he takes every situation so positively. Once I was hearing the lecture of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he defined tolerance in a very nice manner. He defined tolerance means dealing negativity with positivity. So that's what I could see in Maharaj. The person was openly shouting, his godmother was shouting on him, and the Maharaj took it positively. He had some valid points, and he didn't mean like that. So he took it very positive. And once, I was newly appointed as the president, so I was trying to manage the temple, and you all know how much challenges one faces when he comes in there. Trying to manage the temple and everything. So I was facing a lot of challenges, and I thought some devotees had really insulted me in the meeting. So I went to Guru Maharaj, full of complaints. Maharaj, they insulted me. And he just said 2 words, so what? I was really boiling. Maharaj, they insulted me. Man, so what? So what? Why are you taking your insult so seriously? I have been insulted many times. So he just two words, so what? That really opened all the windows for me. That means I was taking my insult so seriously that I was forgetting my aim of life. So Maharaj is so fixed up on his aim of life that I have to please, I have to serve this mission, I have to please Srila Prabhupada. All this man, upman, all these, glories and insult, they really don't mean anything. This is how Maharaj tolerates. It's so absolutely clear. So what? I have been insulted many times. And apart from this, physical pains. So Maharaj, he extends himself so much. Many times I had seen him in the Rath Yatras. Right from the beginning to the end, he will be there in the Rath Yatras. And he will not take rest. He just keep walking. And in the later years, I start observing him that he's getting some tired. So what we'll do, he'll sit on the Rath, starts distributing prasadam or doing the chamar on the Jagannath. And sometimes I've seen him so sleepy. He's so tired. His eyes are closing, but still he'll keep on tolerating it until the Rath Yatra ends. He'll be there. Okay, that's how he has so much of this. Once I was driving with him, I was sitting behind his seat in the car, and we had gone to Ludhiana, and hectic, super hectic schedule. Right from morning 4 o'clock and night 11 or 11:30. So, and I was feeling like anything, like I'll just fall down and I can crash at any moment. He looked at me. He said, hard day? Yes, Maharaj. The same for me every day. And then, then he sat in the car, and I was just behind his seat on the back seat. He was in the front seat. And along with me, some other devotee was there, his assistant, and other assistant was there. So Maharaj started, doing like this on his head. He was maybe feeling headache. So I told the assistant, you can just, massage Maharaj's head. So he just came like this and started massaging. And Maharaj stopped it. No, don't do it. Why, Maharaj? I know this Rukmini Krishna is sitting behind me. He'll be feeling inconvenienced. I know, Maharaj. No inconvenience for me. No. So this is, he so tolerates so many difficulties upon himself. Maharaj once shared with me till he underwent heart operation. Every Ekadashi he used to keep Nirjala. And I've seen him practically in the Mayapur parikramas. He used to do all the parikrama barefooted. Now in recent later years, he's starting wearing chappals and all that, but he used to do barefooted. And then, during the parikrama, he won't eat anything. And the most will take some coconut water or some fruits. Otherwise, nothing. After the parikrama, you go back and then honor some prasad. So austerities and tolerance, this is, and once, again, I was facing some problems in my temple. So I went to him and I said, Maharaj, I joined temple to perform devotional service, to advance in spiritual life. Now, so many difficulties are coming. Why so many obstacles, and they really, reduce my enthusiasm for preaching. Why so many obstacles are there? Maharaj said, he was honoring Prashad. Just, you'll appreciate his response. He says, these obstacles make our devotional service very sweet. This is how it looks upon. These obstacles make our devotional service very sweet. So whenever there are some difficulties, so I remember this line of Maharaj. These obstacles make our devotional service very sweet. And he's so dutiful. To do his duty, it can go to any extent and tolerate all kind of inconveniences. Such a good examples, Like again, Ludhiana Rath Yatra went there. It was in the month of December. So one day after the Ludhiana Rath Yatra, there was a night program. They organized a program in the temple night, and it continued very, very late, and winter time. And the lecture finished around 10:30. And then the president of Ludhiana temple, they announced, okay, those who have participated in Gita Marathon, Maharaj, they'll get blessings from Maharaj in the form of certificate. Then so many, one by one certificates. Then contact became around 11:50, 11:30. Then many devotees having personal talks. It went up to 11:45 or so. And then Maharaj all of a sudden says, okay, I heard you made some changes in your Brahmachari ashram. I like to see that. Around 11:45, he's going around the Brahmachari ashram. Then what are the changes? What are the new building you have made? He went inside around 12 o'clock in the night, because once or twice in a year he visits Madhudhyana. So wherever he goes, he gives his best. And it doesn't bother about his physical discomfort or everything. Such a big teaching. He's at such an advanced age, but no bothering or botheration about his bodily discomforts or anything. So that way. And he is a personification of this Shashtashtakam third verse. Trinada Pisuniche, Tarol Pisaishuna, Amanina Mande, Kirtaniya Sadahari. You can practically see that. Now he's like a tolerant like a tree and a humble like a more humble than a blade of grass. Once our Bahadugarh temple was getting opened. So one devotee asked Maharaj, because Bahadurgarh is on the border of Delhi and Haryana, and the local people of there, around the temple, they were not so much favorable, and they kind of Jat community and very difficult to handle. So one temple commander of Bahadurgarh temple, he asked Maharaj, what is art of management? What tactics we should apply in managing this temple? Maharaj very clear. Consider yourself the servant of everyone. Das, and das. Finish, And similarly, I went to him, Maharaj, I'm very much trouble. That devotee did that devotee did that. Maharaj said, Rukmini Krishna, if you're not trying to apply this third verse in your life, you will keep on rotting in this material world. Keep on rotting. So you have to apply, you have to practice this third verse. All these difficulties come and they are the opportunities for us to practice this third verse. So really Maharaj, I have seen that Maharaj. He always in the mood of servant of the servant and always tolerating. There are few things. And then Titikshuka Karunika. Karunika, Maharaj is so big-hearted, heart full of compassion. In our temple, we had this service of money counting, from the hundi. So one old man was there, he's initiated. So he used to do this service. But slowly, gradually, the other devotees started having some doubts that this old man who was initiated is doing some pilferage. So what we did, we organized, I put a camera up somewhere and we said, let's see, observe. And then we observed that person was, pilfering money. And I could see, got red-handed. And I got him. I said, how much? What is a scam? I put pressure on him and then he said around 2.5 lakhs. He has been doing it for many months. I said, okay, big catch. Okay, first time I could do something, I could catch him. Okay, so I took him to Maharaj. Okay, and I said, Maharaj, this is the case. Yeah, and he was pilfering money, more than 2.5 lakhs. So Maharaj just looked at him. Kyun kiya? Why did you do like this? Maharaj, wife was sick, no money in the home. You could have told us, you could have increased your salary. Rukmini Krishna increased his salary. Right? Increase his salary. Maharaj, he theft, stolen money from temple money from the hundi. Increase his salary. And where is that money now? Maharaj is in the bank. Return that money. Okay. Then go change his service, but no problem. This is how his compassion is. So for a few days I was very disturbed. What is this? Because I took him to Maharaj and I told all the management team, now let's see, this person will be given a lot of punishment, everything. But Maharaj has a different way of looking at the things. Different way of looking. He says, he's an old man. If I check him out of the temple, his spiritual life is finished. He's such a big-hearted person, and he accommodates everyone. You know, when he'll give assignment to someone, to his disciples, he knows their weakness. He knows what are their weakness. These are these devotees won't be able to do anything. But what he does is he looks for their good qualities. Everyone has some good qualities. So he just takes those good quality and encourage them and choose them. It's so compassionate. So compassionate. Many times devotees, they break regulatory principles, they steal money, whatever they may do. If they come, just beg forgiveness, okay, forgive. And those who have been rejected from everywhere, they find shelter at his lotus feet. I've seen many times. All the temples say, no, that devotee, no, we can't keep. Okay, please, you come here. I'll accommodate. And in that temple also, that person is doing all those kind of nonsensical things. And the local man say, well, what kind of compassion is it? No. So compassionate, sometimes very difficult to understand. You know? यार चित्ते कृष्ण हृदय कृष्ण प्रेम करे होदे तार क्रिया मुद्रा विज्ञ ना हो जाए. It's very, very difficult. Because normally a neophyte devotee will think what this person has done. But a top class devotee will say why he has done like this, you know, and how to elevate him. Maharaj's only concern is how to elevate everyone from their present consciousness. That's it. So compassionate, you know. And you know, once you know what, he came to a Panjabi Bagh temple, and the night program was there, and he was going back to his room. His room was on the second floor. So on the stairs, he was going up the stairs. I was following him, and right at the corner, he stopped, and he turned back and started looking at the floor. I said, what happened, Maharaj? Again, for a minute or two, he was just standing still, and then he started walking. I said, what happened? He said, there was one insect, you know, it was turned upside down, and now it has come in its normal position. Okay. He was concerned about that insect also. I was just amazed. This is what he is, you know. After giving lecture, after coming from big meetings, and then meeting devotees and everything, right at the end of the day, so tired, but concerned about one little insect. You know, that is his compassion. And his compassion, we all know, book distribution. His heart is there in the book distribution. You know, whenever the marathon comes, he is more in anxiety. Okay, how many books you have called for? Okay, what was the target last year? What is the target this year? How will you manage? Every day, and he'll encourage everyone, you know. And once, you know, he went to South India, I think Coimbatore or so, for some his treatment. And during the treatment, for morning walks, he used to come out and he used to tell his assistant, okay, go and distribute book. The assistant used to go and try for book distribution and used to come. I said, you don't know, give me the book. You know, then he'll take the book and himself will distribute the books, you know. Whomsoever he'll meet, you know, and East of Kailash temple, sometimes I've seen on Sunday evening, he'll be just walking around. Any new person he'll catch and start talking to him, you know. He wants to give Krishna consciousness to everyone. Any new person. He is such a, high class devotee. But any new person, Tom, Dick, and Harry will say, catch him. And from where are you? What's your name? Okay, you can contact this devotee. This is our regular program. He likes to talk to new people, you know. And in the temple, even a sweeper, even a clerk, they have access to Maharaj, and he's concerned about that. He's very much concerned about that. And you know what happened? Once it was how compassionate he is. It was in September 2003. You know, Maharaj was going to Pilani. Okay, so he said, "You also come with me because we have passed out from that college." I said, "Okay, Maharaj, very good." So we went there, and we spent 2-3 days there. I think 2.5 days. You know, whenever you go with Maharaj, Maharaj's schedule is right from the morning to night, packed, back to back. You know, and there the dean of Pilani, he invited us for a dinner. So Maharaj went there. I also went with him. So so he was not a devotee. Let us see Maharaj's compassion. He accepted his invitation. So his daughter cooked the meal without onion garlic, and the devotee who was preaching in Pilani, he offered the food. And then Maharaj started ordering, and Maharaj said, "You also sit with me." Maharaj, how can I sit with you? No, no, you just sit. And then he was talking with Dean, all normal things, no devotional part, just normal things. And then, okay, then after we left, we came to know that Dean started chanting, and later on he took initiation also. That is his compassion. And then when on the way we were coming back, so my house is on the way. When we entered Delhi, my house is on the way on the Rohtak road. And my mother was sick. She was bedridden. So I just requested Maharaj. And I was saying that Maharaj was getting repeated calls and he had to attend some meetings. So I just picked up some courage and I requested Maharaj, Maharaj, is it really possible for you to just come to my home and bless my mother? She is, bedridden. What was the response of Maharaj? Although he was so busy and he had to go to Ishtav Kailash temple and all the meetings were lined up, Maharaj said, I am here to serve the Vaishnavas, whatever you say. I said, Maharaj, okay, please, please. So I immediately called up my father and then Maharaj is coming and then we organized everything. First time. And then he came and my mother was there, father was there. Normal they happened. Bacha hai, samjhao, he comes very late, what he does in the temple, we don't know what kind of temple is this. Late night he comes and all those things were there. And the normal thing was there. Then Maharaj said, tell him to, do this, do that. Maharaj was silent. Maharaj said, okay, you see, Guru wants that every disciple should take sannyas. But disciples these days, they are not good disciples. They do their own. So what can I do? So my parents couldn't understand anything. Then my mother said, Maharaj ji, sing some bhajan. She didn't know the glories of Maharaj. What he's a GVC, he's a big son. Sing some bhajan. I said, okay. Maharaj with his clap started chanting Hare Krishna. Then we had some kartal. Maharaj did some kirtan for Hare Krishna. For my mother, he did that. He then honored some fruits. And while going back, he just told me, you can take your mother to the temple. I said, okay, Maharaj. That was in September 2003. Then February 2004, when Panch Tattva installation was there, first time in Mayapur. So I couldn't go. My mother left her body in February 2004. And Maharaj was in Mayapur. So I called it. So I said, okay. And Maharaj had to come to Delhi for a few days after the installation ceremony. He came to Delhi. So I met him in the Delhi airport. It was in February 2004. And he met my mother in September 2003. So he said, okay, he said, okay, whoever comes has to go, no problem. The main thing is, when we are here in this material world, how we are utilizing our human body. He said that. And then he asked me, could you take your mother to the temple? After 6 months, he was remembering what he told me. And I was such a fool. After he left my home, I forgot everything. I couldn't take my mother to the temple because she was bedridden and it just slipped my mind. But he remembered that he had given this instruction. That shows how much compassion he has. He asked me, could you take your mother? I asked you to take you 6 months back, So I said, no, Maharaj, I'm very sorry. I forgot. You told me, yes, I remember. Now I remember. No problem. You are performing devotional service. Your mother will be there. No problem. Then he consoled me like this. So I was amazed. This is how he has such a fine memory. Once a youth forum boy from here, he went to Pune and he was doing some service in Pune. Maharaj went to Pune and just identified him. Hey, just come here. You are from Delhi, Punjabi? Yes, but he was just an ordinary boy. It's not that he's a frontliner preacher or nothing. He was surprised. How could Maharaj recognize me? This is how, I was just wondering. Now, for the last few years, I am visiting many temples in Haryana, Punjab. So sometimes when the devotees meet me, I couldn't place them. You are from Delhi, you are from this, so I couldn't place them. they say Hare Krishna, I say Hare Krishna, but I just forget their name, from where they are. I just cannot place them. But here is Maharaj, you know. So he'll just look around and it will be imprinted in his heart, whoever all are there. So sometimes our congregation devotees, they meet him in Vrindavan. So he'll easily recognize, you are from Punjabi Bagh? Okay. Easily. I know many of you must have in this. Any of you have this kind of experience with him? You can just write someone who has this kind of experience. You can write Hari Bol if you have this kind of experience. Yeah. Mahasundari Gaurangi Mataji and Aisha Mataji. Yes. Rohit Ahuja. Yeah. I don't know how he manages it. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. So this is his compassion, Karunika. I've said it many times. Once, one base was being opened in east of Kailash, and Maharaj started glorifying Prabhupada, and Maharaj couldn't control himself and started crying also. That video is still there. And we are performing drama, Srila Prabhupada in Radha Damodar temple, on the book distribution ceremony, award ceremony. Maharaj was in tears. He has a very, very soft heart, very soft heart. What happened once, many years back, we have a Mataji from our congregation. So she had applied for initiation, and she was in her last month of pregnancy. And what happened, her mother-in-law also got seriously sick, and she was admitted in Apollo Hospital, which is near the East of Kailash temple. So incidentally, I was there in East of Kailash temple, and this Mataji came, and she was very much worried, in too much anxiety. Her mother-in-law is also in the hospital, and she's also about to deliver. There's no one else in the home who will take care of the child, who will take care of the mother-in-law. Too much anxiety. And she just asked me if Guru Maharaj is there. I said, yes, he is there. Can you arrange a meeting? Yes, I will try. So I went to Maharaj, man, this is kind of Mataji is there. She's in too much anxiety. I said, okay, call her. And she came to Maharaj's room, and seeing her condition, Maharaj said, oh, I am sorry I called you upstairs. I should have come down. He made her comfortable. And you know what? Just treating her like a daughter. Don't worry, everything will be fine. And whenever you need to call me, you take my number. Maharaj personally gave his number to her. She was not a frontline devotee. Just you take this number. And then he called his assistant, and for the newborn child, he gave his own towel to her. You take this towel. If the newborn child, you can use this towel for him. So she was so pleased, so much assured. So this is his compassion for each and every person. And many times I had gone with Maharaj on the morning walks. So whenever park he goes, whoever a new person he meets, he says Hare Krishna. He calls him Hare Krishna. He wants this. Everyone should chant Hare Krishna. So this is his compassion. So many incidents. Let's move to one. So Titikshuka, Karunika. So here is the Sarvdehi now. So he is a well-wisher of everyone. And like in the COVID crisis, he was giving a class on the Zoom. So we say, Maharaj, what will happen to Janmashtami? He says, Janmashtami, Krishna will arrange, but I am more worried about book distribution. What will happen to book distribution? That is his concern. And everyone he treats like very, very special. Whoever made same, he makes them feel you are very, very special. And he's really well-wisher of everyone. He wants everyone to advance in Krishna consciousness, whatever may be their background. Okay. And then Ajat Shatru. He's always friendly with everyone and takes so positively. Once in Mayapur, someone asked him, Maharaj, what is your secret of success in Bhagavatam class? It was being given in the pandal, some Russian devotees. So Maharaj replied very humbly, strong morning program and avoiding Vaishnava Aparadh. He's really very, very fearful of committing Vaishnava Aparadh. I've seen him many times calling his assistants, Prabhu, can you do this for me? Small favors he asks. He'll ask, "Can you do this for me?" And he said, "Thank you." So it's really, it doesn't take anyone as as his enemy or from the other party. Many times I have seen disciples misbehaving with him. They are misbehaving with him. But Maharaj is so broad-minded. He just not bothered. He's just still thinking about their welfare. Thinking. I've never seen him getting stuck that this person has misbehaved. This person is like, no. He takes everyone that that is his what I could analyze. He takes everyone very, very positively. This person is there. He should advance in devotional service. Whatever is there, it's all modes of nature. Ultimately, he's a part and parcel of Krishna. He should advance. That's it. He never gets stuck by anything that he has misbehaved, he has insulted me, nothing like that. And Shanta, his only desire is to please Prabhupada. When this Ishtav temple was being opened, about to be inaugurated, it was in April 1998. So a lot of arrangements, Atal Bihari Vajpayee had to come next day, lot of security arrangements, everything was being made. And Maharaj was climbing the stairs. He turned back, and I was with some other senior devotees, and looked at them and said, I think now Prabhupada must be pleased. His only desire is to please Prabhupada. That's it. That's why he's so peaceful. So many troubles, so many phone calls. Maharaj, ye ho gaya, Maharaj, ye ho gaya. But he's always blissful. Always blissful. Once we were having a meeting, some very serious issues are being discussed. So how he keeps his cool, he'll discuss everything, All of a sudden he says, it's around 11:45, 12:15. At what time is the Aarti? 12:30. Okay, we'll meet after the Aarti. We'll go for the Aarti, come back and again resume the meeting. Very cool. He knows what is to be done. Very, very attentive in management. Once, His Holiness Keshav Bharati Maharaj came to our temple. I asked him, Maharaj, I am doing management, but I'm very scared. It's so much, you can commit Vaishnava Aparadh in dealing with the devotees because you have to correct someone, you have to chastise someone. So how to, do this, how to manage this? So he said, you people have conduct seminars on attentive chanting, attentive hearing. You should also learn attentive management. Yes, Maharaj, I have to learn it from your Guru Maharaj. Attentive management. He is so attentive to details, very much attentive. Small details he remembers. Once we went to one temple, and this is how he handles very, very peacefully in all provoking situations also. So one group of devotees came to him, and they started complaining about other devotees. Maharaj is organizing Rath Yatras and all those things, but he is making money on normal complaints. Okay, Maharaj called that devotee also. I heard something about this. Something Maharaj slightly mentioned. That devotee got agitated. Hey, Maharaj, I won't do this service. Take this. I won't do this service. Maharaj, don't get agitated. You see, if there is no truth in this statement, why are you bothered? If there is truth in this statement, correct yourself. Simple. Problem solved. So that devotee will also became peaceful. That is how Maharaj handles the situations. So much peaceful. And Sadhava Sadhu Bhushana. He follows Vaishnava etiquettes to the last point. Very, 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 very pakka in his Vaishnava etiquettes. And especially his, very, very, all the God brothers are very, very dear to him. Once Prahladanand Maharaj came to our temple, and Maharaj was taking very nice care of him. And what he said while going back in the car? Maharaj, you are taking care like just our mother. And like we had a Bahadurgarh temple opening, so many Papa disciples were coming. Maharaj was personally following up for each and every one. What time is their flight? Who is going to pick them up? What is their prasadam arrangement, staying arrangement? So much bothered. And he really treats his God brothers very, very nicely. Anyone, any person who goes to Maharaj really honors him and gives him a lot of love. So there are few things and other things like, Maharaj is so much in love with his deities. God Nitai daily serves them, and Maharaj is so fond of deity worship, addicted to deity worship, I can say. We have in our temple Krishna Balram. Maharaj is very fond of Krishna Balram. Whenever Maharaj, I observe, whenever Maharaj has to go abroad, so he used to go to Vrindavan for having darshan of Krishna Balram. And if he couldn't go to Krishna Vrindavan, he used to come to Panjabi for offering at least one arti to Krishna Balram before going abroad. So he's very fond of deity worship. Even now, at this age, he has some problem. Even if you give him Charnamrit, he's not able to hold the Charnat completely. It falls down, slips down from his hand. But I'm surprised daily morning he performs Mangal Arti. How he holds a Panchadeep, how he holds a Chamar, it's beyond comprehension. He's not able to hold a Charnamrit, but he's performing all artis. Every day he does perform at least one arti. So he's so much addicted to deity worship. So what happened? It was in maybe back in the year 2000, I think, month of November 2000. He came to our Panjabi Bagh temple. At that time, Panjabi Bagh temple was a very small temple, and it was my birthday. So I came from office. On the way, the Panjabi Bagh temple was there. I said, okay, I'll just have darshan and go back to my home. We'll have a good party. Everything was ready. I had to just take 5 minute darshan and just go back. So when I came to temple, after having the darshan of the deities, Maharaj came. And Maharaj came along with his assistants and everything. And Maharaj had some program in Punjabi Bagh. So he came, so everyone was following Maharaj. So I followed Maharaj, and that month room was there. So then the Maharaj started talking, okay, we have to go for program. And who will be there in the temple? He says, no one will be there in the temple. Everyone is going for program. And Maharaj says, I want to keep my deities here. His deities were locked. Gaunitai deities were there in the wooden box. I want to keep my deities here. So I want someone to take care of these deities. Someone to take care of deities. Yes, who will be there? So there was no one. So who can take care of my deities? So Maharaj was looking at me. I said, no, I can't. I have to go. Today is my birthday. I have to go back to my home. Everyone is waiting for me. So I was not willing to. I was looking here, there. So who can take care of my deities? Maharaj, just like a child. Someone should take care of my deities. Who can take care of my deities? So I was not volunteering, and there was no one else. So Maharaj said, can you take care of my deities? And I had no option not to say, yes, Maharaj, yes, I will do. So it was around 8 o'clock. So everyone left. And I was there in the room, deities closed in a box. I had to just sit there, temple closed, everyone closed, no one in the temple, in a room, locked room, I am inside. I was wondering, I was new to interpretation. What is this? Deities are locked in wooden box. What is there to take care of them? Just lock the room, go, and why I'm here? I was not able to, why I have been put here? And the phone calls were coming. Oh, when are you coming back? When are you coming? I'm just coming. Till 10 o'clock, Maharaj didn't come, 2 hours. I was just sitting with the deities, gone at night, closed in a wooden box. I was just waiting. I said, what is this? Useless. What I am doing? So around 10:15, Maharaj came. Oh, thank you so much. I said, okay, Maharaj. And someone told Maharaj, today is his birthday. Then Maharaj gave his gauntlet. So then I was very happy. Then I went back. What happened? This is how Maharaj engaged me in the service of God Nitai. And for the last 3-4 years, I was very confused from whom I should take initiation. I was getting inspired from everyone, like it happens. So who should be my spiritual master? I was really worried. And in that year, in 2000, I went to Mayapur. I prayed to Nityanand Prabhu, please clarify. And then I saw the mercy of God Nitai. How they showered their mercy and they indicated to me, he is your spiritual master. Maharaj gave me his Prashadi garland. And then in coming February month, year 2001, I got initiated. So this I cannot forget how Maharaj engaged me in the service. I was not at all willing, And sometimes, a disabled may not understand why the spiritual master is engaging in this kind of service, but that is his mercy. So that's how Maharaj is so nice, so kind, and Maharaj is he still has the innocence like a child, very innocent. Many times he knows everything, but he'll inquire from you. He'll try to take your opinion, and you'll feel your ego will be, yes, Maharaj is asking me, Many times happens, Maharaj, once he was in Chandigarh, and he had to come to Bahadurgarh. So if you are aware of the geography, I don't know. Bahadurgarh is in the right side. It's Delhi, Haryana border, and Chandigarh, Punjab. So this is GT Karnal Road is a highway. So normally, if one has to go through Delhi, so he called me. Is there a direct way from Chandigarh to Bahadurgarh? So I thought for a moment, no, Maharaj. No, it is there. One new highway has come up. You don't know. Then why are you asking? It is there, like a child. It is there. I've been told it is there. I say, yes, no, it is there. So that way, many times he'll say, okay, I'll come to Banjai Bagh, and he's not able to come. He has still that enthusiasm. Now he's aging up. Sometimes his health is not, his body is not cooperating with him, but he gives commitment. Okay, I'll come this Saturday and give lecture. And if he's not able to come, 10 times he will call. I'm very sorry, I could not come. I'm very sorry, I couldn't come. I'm not able to give time. I'm very sorry. Oh, Maharaj. Now this even COVID crisis, he used to call. You people are having Bhagavatam class in your temple. Yes, Maharaj. I want to come and give class. Oh, Maharaj, you please don't come out of the temple. We are happy if you give class on Zoom. No, I want to give. No, Maharaj, please. So he's so nice. That's how our Guru Maharaj is. So there are a few things I could share with all of you. I think around any one of you want to have any comments or questions or anything.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. So we see a lot of devotees have raised hands also, like few of them. Like if you want to have any questions and share something, please. I think Prabhu will, Prabhu will be very happy to answer. So I request Dev Shekhar or Sarvatmami, you can just unmute them and then they can pose their questions.
Okay, Prabhu.
Anyone?
Or you can actually type the questions also, that Prabhuji will be able to answer.
Yeah. Someone wrote here, this is from Gulshan Sharma. How to please Maharaj? Yeah. So Maharaj normally answers these questions. If you want to please me, you don't have to do my personal massage or all those things. You just serve Krishna. Whatever service is given, if you perform that service wholeheartedly, Maharaj is pleased. Maharaj says the Guru doesn't want personal service. Guru wants that the disciple should serve Krishna, serve the mission, so that we can please Guru Maharaj. Yeah. Who else are there? Raised hands.
Sarvatmam, please unmute.
They can unmute themselves. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Kapil Gupta Prabhu, you can ask your question.
Yeah.
Kapil Gupta Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I live in Kaushambi and काफी समय में पंजाबी बाग टेम्पल आया भी हूँ प्रभु जी, आपके दर्शन भी हुए हैं और मतलब इस पे कॉम्प्लीमेंट दैट मैंने आपके दर्शन गुरु महाराज, मतलब मैं एक एस्पायरिंग डिवोटी हूँ, तो मैं आप भक्तों के से लेक्चर सुन के और दर्शन पाके मतलब जो मेरे को महाराज का जो मिला कि और आपका जो लेक्चर सुना, उस समय ये महाराज, आपको पता है कि बहुत मतलब सब डिवोटीज के फिजिकल में, तो आपने बताया जैसे वाणी और वपू, तो कैसे हम समझें कि हमारे जीवन में जो परेशानियां आती है जो डिफिकल्टीज है, जैसे आपने बताया कि हम उसको नेगेटिव को पॉजिटिव में चेंज करें, तो कैसे डिवोटी मतलब महाराज की हर बात को हर टाइम याद रख के उस चीज को पॉजिटिव वे में ले, थोड़ा उसको आप थोड़ा इधर करें। धन्यवाद।
Okay, Prabhu, you are asking कि in negative situation how you can remember Maharaj's instruction and deal with it positively. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
yes. So Prabhuji, like a disciple should always carry his spiritual master's example and instructions. Like sun is always on the head. You know, wherever we go, the sun will be in our head. Similarly, wherever we are, we should never forget spiritual master's example and his instructions. That is the only way we can be saved from Maya. That is the only way. So that's how it requires practice. So we should always, remember instructions, and that's how the association of devotees is meant for. The God brothers, the disciples, the devotees should remind each other. Oh, Guru Maharaj used to behave like this. Guru Maharaj used to say like this. We should remind each other if we are forgetting, and we should keep it in our heart always. That is the only way. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittate Kariya Ekya Arla Kariya Mane Asha. This is how what we should pray for, and this is what we should practice for. And this is how we should serve the devotees by reminding them, by telling them also, and by our own example also. So it will happen by mercy. If you are really sincere, if you really want to do this, so we'll see. Like if any service you are doing, and before starting that service, if you are praying to Guru Maharaj, you get an empowerment. You get the intelligence also. You get the intelligence to handle all difficult situation also, and you will feel empowered also. It works. And many of you must have experienced that also. So whenever we remember Guru Maharaj, chant his pranam mantra and start the service, the empowerment comes and the intelligence also. This is my experience also. Is it okay, Kapil Gupta ji?
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, I think there are few questions on the chat. Like one question is like, how many rounds does Maharaj, but Maharaj, how many rounds does, like he's asking like whether Maharaj does how many rounds question, or I think that is the question.
Yeah. So, once one disciple glorified him, then Maharaj completes his around 4 minutes or something. Maharaj corrected him. So Maharaj never, reveals that. For one thing, Maharaj tells us that Maharaj is having the same jap mala which Prabhupada gave him. Around 50 years back. Same jap mala Maharaj has. So anyone loses his jap mala, Maharaj gets very angry. And Maharaj says, I am giving the same jap mala. So you people are not so bothered about jap mala, especially given the time of initiation. And you must have also observed, whenever Maharaj starts giving lecture, Maharaj puts his hand in the bead bag. And then, in a way, Maharaj, gets in touch with that jap mala given by Srila Prabhupada. In a way, this is way of taking blessing from Srila Prabhupada before he starts speaking. So this is how much he has affection for Prabhupada. How much rounds he chants, I couldn't know. And Maharaj never tells also, shares this also. But one thing the assistants tell, whenever Maharaj is traveling, he is continuously chanting. That we know. And otherwise, Maharaj goes on japa walk, and Maharaj takes out time from his busy schedule to chant. Okay.
And a broader question: how can Hare Krishna Prabhuji, how can chant attentively? This is kind of a broader question, Prabhu.
I think this is a broader question. It requires more full seminar on that. So better to focus on, But Maharaj's main instruction is one should chant attentively. This is Maharaj's main instruction. And one of the lectures in Diksha lecture, Maharaj in Vyas Puja ceremony lecture, Maharaj said, if a disciple is not chanting attentively, what is the use of taking Diksha? So Maharaj says minimum standard Maharaj sets for chanting attentively. Don't do any multitasking. When you are chanting, chant. The mind may wander here and there, but your body should not wander here and there. You should not be doing too many things at the same time. When you are chanting, you should be just chanting. And try to hear the sound vibration. Slowly, the mind will also settle down. But please, that we should do. No multitasking at the time of chanting.
Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance. Can you please share some pastime of Maharaj with Srila Prabhupada? I think this is also
Maharaj never does that. We have asked many times. Maharaj, he has his own nature. Maharaj keeps it very confidential. Very few he has discussed, very few, which he says, like in lectures he has told that once he was with Prabhupada in Canada and they went to a school, Christian school, and there one Indian gentleman, he misbehaved with Prabhupada. He at least shouted him. And everyone was very much annoyed, but Prabhupada just tolerated it. And when they came back and Prabhupada was about to leave, Prabhupada called for that Indian gentleman. So Maharaj asked him personally, he has really insulted you. Prabhupada said, no, please call him. And when that person was called, then Prabhupada gave him Mahaprasad, talked to him very nicely, and the person was very much impressed with Prabhupada. This pastime Maharaj told. And another pastime which I am aware with, Maharaj told that, once Maharaj placed Prabhupada's books in some departmental store. And when he came back and said, Prabhupada, the books were not sold. Then Prabhupada told him, these books are not sold by the salesman, they are sold by the enthusiasm of my devotees. There are a few pastimes I know. Normally Maharaj doesn't share much.
Yes. And this, like two questions combined, Prabhuji. Many of the aspiring disciples and disciples don't know much about Guru Maharaj. Like they don't get a chance to meet personally, but how to develop attachment and also how to serve better.
Attachments, we should hear the glories of Maharaj, and we should see how much he is dedicated to Srila Prabhupada and how much he is sacrificing for the mission. And then this way we can develop attachment. And we can develop relationship with Guru by our proper sadhana and service. Okay. And like I said before, relationship with Guru is beyond space and time. It doesn't really matter how much we have physically met him, how many times we have met him. Many of the Prabhupada disciples couldn't even see Prabhupada. They were initiated over phone. But after Prabhupada left, they are doing so many wonderful things for the mission. So it doesn't really matter how much physically we are meeting our Guru. What really matters is how much importance we are giving to his body, his instructions, his lectures. So his lectures are instructions for us. So hear his lectures, get instructions, try to apply them, and then we'll feel heart-to-heart connection. Okay.
I think there are a few more questions, Prabhuji. You take a few more questions, Prabhuji. Is it okay?
Yeah.
There's one specific question, like before taking initiation, how well should we train ourselves to serve Maharaj much better and with greater vigor? Before initiation, like it should be, how do we serve like that?
Again, associate with Maharaj's disciples, hear his glories, and hear his lectures. And one way is you can write to him. Even if sometimes we may get reply, we may not get reply, but it is recommended that a disciple should keep on reporting to Maharaj, to Guru. Okay, so you can express your heart. So that way, these things work.
I think some of them are also like, we are far away from Delhi, we are away from Delhi. How do we get attachment? So like that they're asking. So I think it applies.
The distance doesn't matter, space doesn't matter. It's a heart-to-heart thing, And when Prabhupada came to India, all these foreign disciples were crying. Prabhupada said, why are you lamenting? You chant Hare Krishna there, I chant Hare Krishna in India. So we are together. So it's a matter of heart. So it doesn't really matter. Even if you are in Delhi, if you are not following Maharaj's instructions, what is the use? So whenever you get time, one of we got Jagannath Pranpo, I don't know his exact name. He is in Washington. What he does, whenever Maharaj goes to US, once in a year Maharaj goes to US. He completely takes leave from his office for 1 month. And whole month he is with Maharaj, serving like a menial servant. So where there's a will, there's a way. So he just he says, I don't take, throughout the year, I don't take any other leave. I keep my leave only for this purpose. And this time he had some leaves left. So he came to India. And wherever Maharaj was going, he was just accompanying him, just serving him menially. And he's around 45, 50-year-old Grasta. So it happens. I have seen many disciples of his own as Japta Goswami Maharaj doing that. They are living in Dubai and everything. They, 1 month in a year, 15 days in a month, year, you can always come and take intimate association of Maharaj as long as he's there on the planet. This we should do. I tell all of my brahmacharis also, one by one, you should go and serve Maharaj. So if you are really willing to take personal association of Maharaj, it can be planned. It can be planned. And one should do that. It's a very good desire. Because when we associate personally, then we feel more inspired to follow the body for conditions where it helps. So if you're very much eager, we can plan it like this. You can coordinate with the Maharaj secretaries, the Saptar Prabhu, and you can fix up the time, fixed days. Now this COVID crisis will be over, so you can do that. Will it help, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. I think this. So there was another question, like, can we write to Maharaj even if you are not initiated? So that
Yeah, why not? We should. We should always write.
there's one Mataji who wants to ask through the call. Atul Balram Prabhu, I'm unmuting you. You can please get Mataji to speak.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
No, no, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
No, no, Prabhuji.
प्रभु जी मैं भी पंजाबी बाग IGF से जुड़ी थी
हाँ.
और मतलब आपकी गाइडेंस से और आपकी आशीर्वाद से प्रभु जी मैं भी अब महाराज से दीक्षा लेना चाहती हूँ और प्लीज ब्लेस करिए और आप मतलब हमारे लिए बहुत इंस्पिरेशन रहे प्रभु जी, आपकी और आपकी सिस्टर।
ठीक है माता जी, आपको कुछ प्रश्न है माता जी?
नहीं प्रभु जी, बस इतना ही बोलना था। थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
थैंक यू। यस, और कोई है किनका प्रश्न है?
Most of them who have raised hands have asked questions in the chat also. Yeah, Nilesh.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
I'm from Pune. Prabhuji, like Maharaj tells that we should hear 99% Prabhupada lectures. Maharaj never mentions hearing his lectures. So how should we reconcile?
Okay. Yeah, Maharaj says you can hear Prabhupada lecture also, Maharaj lectures also. Because when we hear from Guru, the sound vibration enters our heart and we feel connected. All connection is through sound vibration only. So surely we should hear Prabhupada's lecture also. Maharaj repeats Prabhupada's Vani only. But somehow we should manage both. We should hear Prabhupada as well as Maharaj.
Last few minutes. Yeah, Prabhu. Like whomsoever have any specific questions, you can just unmute. Like, so whomsoever have raised hands, then we can.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisance. Prabhuji, my question is that how can Maharaj able to develop such kind of compassion for each and everyone? Can we also develop the same kind of compassion for each and every living entity, Prabhuji?
Actually, it depends on our consciousness, how much it is expanded, how much it is elevated. So it's a gradual process. But if we are serving a devotee, a highly compassionate devotee, if we are assisting Maharaj or Prabhupada, so with their compassion, our heart will also get compassion. So for us, it is sadhana. For us, at least for me, I mean, to have compassion means to assist those whose heart is full with compassion. So if we serve our Guru, serve Srila Prabhupada's mission, then we'll also develop compassion. Okay. And then we are from Anyone else, Prabhuji?
I think the one more Prabhuji, just Gulshan Prabhu just wants like book reading. Please clarify that one. I think you have already answered that. Yes,
What is that book reading?
book reading like you were mentioning about book reading of Srila Prabhupada's book and Guru Maharaj. So that was the question.
Yeah. Okay, and then someone is asking Rohit Ahuja, before taking initiation, how well should we train ourselves to serve Maharaj? I think we have answered this. अपनी सर्विस तो लाइटली लेंगे कि महाराज से humble.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna ji.
Danvat Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. First of all, to glorify Guru Maharaj. I have two questions, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
First of all, as I'm eagerly waiting from the very years to get initiated from Guru Maharaj.
Okay.
So, how long it will take? Do you know?
Actually, this Corona crisis, disturbed
Yes.
everything. The whole schedule is disturbed. Otherwise, Maharaj was to give initiation. Everything was ready, lined up. Interviews are over. So you are currently in which temple, Mataji?
Yeah, in Rohini ISKCON temple.
Okay.
Yes. And the second question is, Prabhuji, if as the Corona crisis is going on, so if suppose I die without get initiated,
Yeah.
so what will the next future? Because I want to take shelter.
Yeah. So you have already taken
Without
shelter, no
taking any shelter of Guru, we cannot go to Godhead.
No, but you have mentally taken. So Krishna is a very positive-minded person. So Krishna says, if you have taken shelter from the heart, so full credit will be given. Don't worry about that. And death can come to anyone at any time. It's
Yes.
not that during Corona only. It can
Yes,
come at
yes,
any
Prabhuji.
time.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't worry about that. We can do what is in our hand. We can do that. Someone is asking any pastime from his family. Yeah, I'm reminding you of two pastimes. Only once I have driven Maharaj, So he had to come to Panjabi Bagh. I was in east of Kailash. So he said, can you drive? I was very nervous. I said, okay, Maharaj, I can drive. So very nervous. I was driving in. And then we came to this point in Pusa Road. And Karol Bagh. So there was a Jeevan nursing home. So Maharaj said, I was born here. So although Maharaj's house was in Johor Park. Maharaj's father was in Air Force. From an aristocratic family. His house was in Johor Park, but he appeared in that nursing home. And once when Maharaj's heart, this angioplasty was being done, so her sister came. This was told to me by his secretary, not my personal experience. So he said, Maharaj, you have given everything to the temple, the Delhi temple. You have constructed this temple, You have given your blood to this temple. I said, no, I have not done. He said, I have evidence. He said, how can you say that? And then she had one brick in her hand. In that brick, on that brick it was written Gopal. He said, you are in each and every brick of this temple. So the brick is from where the brick was coming, it was written Gopal on the brick. So that way it was there. These two past tenses there. Okay. One question is, how can we hear the glory of Guru Maharaj? Where we get the audios, videos, etc. of different ways? We search in the YouTube. So many devotees are glorifying it. Okay. Sometimes I get great enthusiasm to serve, but sometimes I become loose. What should I do? This happens with all of us. Sometimes we are very enthusiastic to serve. Sometimes we are not so enthusiastic. That's why the association of devotees is required. Because in association of devotees, some other devotees will be there who are more enthusiastic than us. And all our enthusiasm curve is like ECG curve, up, down, up, down. So if you're in the association of devotees, if we are down, someone must be up. And sometimes we are up, someone is down. So we can pull each other and it helps. Okay. Vishal Chavan. Sometimes when we hear Maharaj lecture as being technical minded, because tough to hear simple lectures of Maharaj, how to avoid offending Guru Vani. Yeah, good. You have revealed your heart. Yeah, sometimes we feel Maharaj lectures are very simple. We feel like that, and we need flow charts, and our mind is like this. So some jugglery, word jugglery, and Maharaj's lecture are very simple. But if we hear Prabhupada's lecture, Prabhupada lectures are also very, very simple. In the lectures, we should not look for information. We should look for realizations. So we have to change our bent of mind. Normally, we look for what is new in this lecture. Oh, this I know, this I know. It doesn't matter. Same thing may be repeated, same pastime being repeated. Every time when we hear, it will purify me. This is the potency of Krishna Katha. So if you are just looking for information, then you will be disappointed. But if you're looking for realization, how much Maharaj is speaking from heart, and the same thing even if Maharaj is repeating, it will appear new. You know. That's why even if see Prabhupada's lecture, in all Prabhupada lecture, Prabhupada is repeating difference between human life and animal life, body and soul. And so, but if we should look for realizations, not for information. This is what my understanding is. Gave one instruction to me, but I was not able to follow instruction. But I am feeling very bad, and I am not coming in front of Maharaj. How can you overcome this? If you are not able to follow Maharaj's instruction, Guru's instruction, we should not avoid Guru. We should go back and tell the Guru that I am not able to follow. So please empower me, or please do that. It happened with me in the beginning years. Maharaj used to press me to start youth forum preaching in Punjabi Vak. I used to go to East of Kailash temple, and I was not aware how to start. So I used to, run here and there. Every time Maharaj used to catch me. And I revealed to Maharaj, I don't know. I find myself incompetent. I can't do that. Maharaj said, don't worry, you just start. So that way we should report back. You see, we should not take Guru as some very, very distant saint. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says this in the commentary on Mana Shiksha. It's very much essential to develop heart-to-heart relations with Guru. So we should not take Guru as a very, very distant saint, far away from us, unapproachable. No. Guru should be taken as your real well-wisher and is like our elder brother. So we should be really able to go and tell, I am not able to do this. Please tell me, please empower me, or what are the difficulties I am facing. Otherwise, you will be running away from Maharaj and life will be more difficult. Okay, what should be the mood while hearing Guru Vani? The mood should be, they let this Vani enter my heart and let this become totally embedded in my heart so that I can follow them. So this is how, when we are doing the Mangalacharan before hearing, so we should be praying like that I should really get the essence of this message and apply it in my life. Okay. And how we can try to become so humble like Maharaj. This humility comes with the elevation in Krishna consciousness. More we are Krishna conscious, more humble we will be. But it's a gradual process. But at the same time, we should aspire for humility and we should cultivate with our body, mind, and words. We should try to do that. Then Deen Bandhu Prabhu, for glorification of Mama, we are very much blissful by hearing. Thank you. And okay, I'm fearful of going close to Guru Maharaj. I feel I will be exposed that I am not able to follow fully. I feel unqualified and how to serve him personally. No, like I said before, you should not be fearful. Guru should not be seen as a very distant saint. Like he's a well-wisher, should go and reveal your heart. Okay. How we can develop full faith on Guru and Krishna. Full faith in Guru will come with association. Associate with those devotees who have faith. Faith is our real wealth. So we should protect it and nurture it in the right association of devotees. Then, Kanek Rukhaya. We feel that Prabhupada gave personal instruction to his disciple, but in today's scenario, it seems difficult to get any personal instruction from Maharaj. How to understand? Very good question. Sometimes when more disciples ask this question in Vrindavan Yatra, Maharaj, your personal instructions are more important or public instructions are more important? Maharaj says both have equal potency. Similarly, in the third canto, in the episode of Karda Muni meeting Swayambhu Manu, there's a description, and it is said Guru gives his instructions publicly. Those are also to be taken very, very important. It's not that Guru will call each and every disciple and give some instruction in his ear. No, nothing. So we should take all the instructions, even the public instructions given in lecture, as a personal instruction. Okay. Ram Raghuveer, thank you very much. We are blessed. Okay, thank you. And what kind of subject matter should be written to our Guru in the email? Can we write our problems, or just we need to write sadhana and preaching reports? We can write our spiritual problems also, the challenge we are facing, and the sadhana and preaching reports also we can write. Okay. Okay. Anurag Verma, we got inspired with many gurus at the same time. So it's difficult in choosing guru how to do this. And disciple course will help you. If you can do the ISKCON disciple course, they discuss in detail how to select the guru under the criteria. That will help you. Okay, right. So thank you very much for everyone for giving the patient listening and giving an opportunity to glorify Guru Maharaj. And thank you for all the Chennai devotees, and they have
Thank you very
organized
much.
this. And we should keep on having more and more sangha like this, and glorify Guru and get yourself purified, develop more attachment for him. This is the essence of our life. Thank you so much. Jai.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you for taking your time and glorifying Guru Maharaj. Most of us now realize relishing Guru Maharaj's pastimes and also hearing it from senior Vaishnavas will definitely help all of us in our spiritual path. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Jai. Thank you.
We want to thank. Yes, Prabhu. We want to thank your secretary also, Sankirtan Prabhu, and Dr. Akhilesh also. We have been chasing them to have this. So thank you them. And also the Poisar from Mumbai Poisar Youth Forum. They helped us in technically hosting this across YouTube.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Jai. His Holiness Gopal Swami Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Anand Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai God Premanande.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol. Hari Bol.
Very cool.